welcome back to another segment of the Real Recap Podcast with your boy DJ, where I just talk sports. Today, I want to get into the biggest news, the Kevin Durant trade to the Houston Rockets. That's got the world buzzing right now. But before I even get into that, today does mark the end of the 2024-2025 NBA season. We got Oklahoma City Thunder taking the championship this year. Shout out to you guys. Also want to say shout out to the Indiana Pacers, man. Definitely made this a series and we're going to a Game 7. Tyrese Halliburton did suffer a pretty bad injury, but hey, man, get well soon, brother. You definitely earned the world's respect alongside of the Pacers. You guys did your thing this year. Shout this out. But before getting into all of that, like I always say, like this video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. We appreciate you guys for everything that you guys do as far as watching us and showing us love. So let's get into these sports talk now.
Huge reporting from Shams Charania that the Suns are trading 15-time All-Star Kevin Durant to the Rockets for Jalen Green, Dillon Brooks, first-round pick in 5 seconds. Houston, Kevin, was second in the West but lost in the first round.
Now let's bring in.
So, D, let me ask you, even like this trade?
I'm not going to say I don't like this trade. I'm not going to say I do like it. I'm just going to say that I'm a bit indifferent. I feel like Kevin Durant is definitely a household name. I think any franchise that's able to get him is definitely a flex. But where Kevin Durant is at in his career right now, I thought he would have made a different move. You know, maybe join a different team that was probably more in a position to kind of get a championship. I kind of feel like you joining the Rockets is not really moving the needle in the West. It's too many good teams over there. You got OKC, you got Timberwolves, Lakers, of course. We thought Phoenix was one, but you guys clearly weren't. Even Houston. And don't get me wrong, even though Houston wasn't the second seed, and adding Kevin Durant should kind of catapult you further, but I just don't see them being that. So you call me a hater, but I just don't think Kevin Durant is who he think he is anymore. I think he'll definitely put up a lot of good points. I think he'll definitely be a hell of an asset to a team, but winning, I just don't see it. And I think for Houston fans, you guys should be happy. This is going to be dope for your guys' franchise, but it's only going to sell jerseys and increase attendance. I don't see it being anything else than that. They need something more than just Kevin Durant. So I don't know, but we'll see.
And if it wasn't the Rockets, then what other team would you want to see him go to?
I mean, like I said, I would have loved to see them go to, maybe a team that has more championship aspirations. I'm not saying the Rockets don't, but I just think that they're too young. I think a team like the Timberwolves would have been perfect for him to kind of pair up with, Anthony Edwards and kind of be the big brother of him and kind of, help him get over that stretch. Because I think that's who Kevin Durant is. I don't think Kevin Durant is a leader. I think he's a good co-pilot. So Anthony Edwards is definitely somebody that could have, led the team, and Katie kind of assisted with that. But another team I would have loved to see him go to would have been the Miami Heat. I think that was probably my preferred destination for Kevin Durant. I don't feel like KD's ever really been pushed by his coach to kind of get better or mature his game. I think Kevin Durant has made a career of being able to just come into teams and just bring what he already has. Because he is a stone cold kid on offense. That boy could shoot for real. But it would have been so much better to me just to be able to see him go under Pat Riley, say Eric Spo, and just that Heat culture and kind of, evolve his game a little bit, be more of a team player, playing with Bam, playing with Tyler Hero, playing with such a, not just young, but a strong Miami Heat franchise. But, that was nice. Or the Knicks. The Knicks would have been hella good. You pair KD with Brunson and the Big Apple, which I think Kevin Durant loves being there. Man, there was just so many different options. This Houston wasn't the one I thought he'd go to, though.
How do you feel about the Phoenix Suns getting Dillon Brooks and Jalen Green?
I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, Jalen Green, definitely young player. He definitely was averaging 21 points a game this season. It's cool. In the playoffs, he definitely folded. That man went from 21 down to about 13. But I was very surprised to see that Phoenix traded for him. I thought they would have probably tried to do something where they teamed them up with KD better, but I don't know. It is what it is. But on the other end, when we look at it for Phoenix, if they were to keep him, which I don't think they're planning on keeping Jalen Green, it'd be interesting to see, Devin Booker and Jalen Green backcourt type of thing like that. As far as Dillon Brooks, I do think he's a player that Devin Booker may not want to play with him. I don't know, but on the defensive end and the energy, he does bring the energy. He's almost like a Draymond Green, so it could be good for Dillon Brooks. But Jalen Green, I don't know what's going on with you, but they're not even planning on keeping you, bro. It's kind of a sign, you need to step your game up a little bit, man. So I don't know, we'll see, but I'll leave it at that.
Okay, now that KD is in Houston, how do you see the team chemistry working out? What is your expectations with his teammates?
Now, when it comes to the new teammates, where I am excited is we get Kevin Durant reuniting with Steven Adams, back in his OKC days. Steven Adams is a great piece to have. Even though he's older, this is a great centerpiece. This guy, I just love the way he plays. He brings the energy. He ain't no biatch. He's good to have. Great to see that. And then you got Sagoon. So Kevin Durant to me he's one of the tallest people, but he's not maybe the tallest on his team. But I think having those two can allow Kevin Durant to play maybe another position that's something he's more comfortable in, maybe like a small forward, power forward. Because I feel like Kevin Durant is typically like super tall. Yeah, they bring in centers sometimes, but I just feel like it just forces Kevin Durant to play a little bit different. So I'll say that. I'm glad he is teaming up with Fred VanVleet, because VanVleet has been to the NBA Finals. He knows what it takes. He's definitely a great point guard. I think he's been an absolute asset to the Rockets in helping them change over that franchise, obviously last year. So definitely a good piece to have. It would have been nice to keep Dillon Brooks, because I do like Dillon Brooks' defense and the energy, but he's just a pest. I don't think KD wanted to even deal with that, so it is what it is. But the Thompson brother, one of them, I forgot his name, if it's Amen, that guy is really, I think, the next franchise piece for this organization. I really am excited to see what becomes of him playing with Kevin Durant. I think he's definitely going to take the spotlight now that Jalen Green's not there, basically being a nice focal point. That boy can hoop, man. I was really, 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 really impressed with him during the freaking playoffs. So I'm excited to see this guy play with Kevin Durant. As far as the rest of the team, man, it's not bad I can say. You made Udoka, which is a great coach. He's definitely helped change his team around. They were the second seed, so we don't know. We'll see what happens, but it's pretty exciting. Again, I don't know if it's enough to get the Houston Rockets over the hump, as far as getting to the finals, but it'll be a good franchise. I can see them winning an easy 50 games this season. Like I said, though, they might have to make another trade for somebody. I don't know what trade, but I don't think it's done, but they need to bring more pieces. It's missing something. I'm just not sure.
Let me ask you the last question. How far do you see them going, though?
Well, I would say I got them probably being, I'm going to say 4th or 5th in the West. The reason why I say that, I know this year they were definitely second. I think Houston Rockets was playing with a sense of urgency this year. I think they were definitely on a run, and I think they kind of rode the wave because the team was definitely not a team that nobody really feared, and I think they kind of played with a chip on their shoulder. So I think that's kind of died out now, the fact that they went to the playoffs and they lost, pretty much in that first round. So I definitely believe that Kevin Durant is not going to be the same player that he's always been, so I don't see them kind of having that same energy. Plus, it's going to take time for them to get used to each other, so I could probably see a 4th, 5th seed in the West. I don't think they're going to make it to the finals. That's just me personally. I feel like OKC right now is looking like they can probably repeat maybe 1 or 2 years, at least getting out of the freaking West, because I don't see any other team kind of taking them out. Maybe Denver, maybe if Lakers can get it together, maybe we'll see. But Timberwolves is still an issue there. So, and I just don't think Kevin Durant does well as a leader. I think you need to bring something else in. I mean, you need to find a different free agent that can kind of come in and kind of, double team with him. Right now, I don't see it. And maybe double see like a James Harden, KD reunion, something like that. But as of right now, I don't see it, man. So I'm going to get him 4th or 5th in the West. Maybe a second round exit. But we're going to see. But Kevin Durant, this is your chance to show us, bro. Like, you got your own team for real at this point. This is essentially, you got your own team this time. So let's see what you do. And on that note, that's what I got to say about this Kevin Durant trade. Overall, who do I think won this trade? I think clearly Houston Rockets did win this trade. This is, I don't know what Phoenix is doing with Jalen Green. But I think the Houston Rockets is a team that Kevin Durant will fit. It seems like he already have all the pieces he needs. They have a bench, they have like a young core. So we're going to see what happens to him. If you guys let me know what you guys think about this trade. Do you guys like the trade? Do you think it could have been a better trade? Do you think Kevin Durant should have went to a different team? If so, which one? So many questions to be asked, but leave it down in the comments. But until next time, I'll see you guys later. Peace.